Good morning, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Martina, and I love to read, but it's been a while since I read a book. Almost a month, yes. I think the last book I read was Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and I read that in early April. So I haven't read anything since, and just one book in 1 month. I usually read at least 5 books in a month, so I feel unlike myself. I haven't read that many books last month, and this month I haven't picked up anything yet, but it's still six today, so I'm gonna try and pick up something and see how that goes. But anyways, today I am reorganizing my bookshelf because I feel like it and it makes me want to read. Just interacting with the physical books that I have on my shelf makes me want to read. So I'm gonna do that and also do my May TBR because I didn't set a TBR for April, and I feel like that was my downfall right there. Not setting a TBR. That was my first time doing that because I felt like I was going into a reading slump. So I was like, okay, let's not do a TBR for this month and see how that goes. But I actually made it worse. So not gonna do that again. I'm gonna do some rereads this month to get back into that reading groove. The read some books I really enjoyed that makes me think about reading and makes me love reading. So I'm gonna read some old favorites and then go back into like reading newer books that I never read before. And yeah, that's the plan for this video. Bookshelf reorganization and my May TBR. So let's begin. This is a pile right here. So quite a few books. I don't have that many books. I think I have less than 300 books for sure. I don't remember exactly how much it was. It was two something. I'm gonna actually take off the books from my TBR card this time and add them to my shelf. I rather do a TBR shelf than a TBR card because I never see my TBR card, so I never want to read the books on there because I don't see it. It's in a completely different room. But whenever I look at my actual shelf and I have like some unread books on there, that's when I'm like, oh, I should read that. So I think it's better I just put my to be read on an actual shelf because I have a lot of shelf space left anyway, so I might as well do that. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so now let's talk about my May TBR now. In May, I want to read a bit outside of my comfort zone, but also I want to start off the month by going directly into my comfort zone by rereading. So I am gonna be rereading. I've been saying this for years. I did try to reread it at one point, but I never finished rereading it because I really hated the audiobook. So this time around, I'm gonna reread it physically. But that is That Time I Got Jumped and Save a Demon. I find this book just so romantic and hilarious, and I'm in the mood for something fantasy, but also humor. So this is a perfect book for me. I don't know what else I can find out there that is fantasy and like has this really good humor in there at the same time. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a reread because that's the best way for me to get out of slump, by rereading my favorites, and especially not using the audio or anything, just physically sitting down and reading always gets me back into that reading mood. So that's why I'm gonna pick this one up again, because I just love this book. It was a 5 star for me the first time I read it. The second time I was reading it, I still loved it, but I just hated the audio narration. Like I didn't like the narrator's voice, so I DNF'd it at the time. But this time around, I know what to expect. Just go read it. And this is not the copy that I read the first time. The first copy I read was a self-published version, so I never actually completely read the traditionally published version. So I'm gonna read it and see if anything has really changed. Not that I would remember, to be honest, but it's because it's been years. I read this in 2020. It's been like 5 years now, so yeah, it's perfect time to just finally just fully reread it and enjoy it. Then I want to also reread Sword Heart. This is also another one that the original copy I read was self-published, but now I'm gonna be reading the traditionally published version. I read this in November of last year, Sword Heart, and I'm a T. Kingfisher fan. Like I love her books, I love her works. Like every single thing of hers, I'm trying to read them. But for now, I'm just gonna be rereading Sword Art because once I finished it, I was like, honestly, I was thinking about it a lot, and I think it's honestly a 5 star for me. I didn't give it 5 star the first time reading it, but I gave it a high 4 star. It was like 4.5, 4.75. And I think I should have given it 5 stars. I didn't give it what it deserved, because how I always think about these characters and the journey they went on, I definitely feel like this is a 5 star read. I'm gonna reread it and make sure that for sure it is a 5 star read, but at the same time I just want to go back into this book. It's also a fantasy setting book, and it just have really good humor as well. So that's why I put it to read, because I'm just in that mood where I want fantasy but not too heavy, but like a little action here and there, and like going on a journey and like in a medieval setting, not like super medieval, but like those fantasy settings. That's what I feel like I want right now. So that's why I put this to read. I don't have this one physically as of yet. It's coming in the mail tomorrow, because I don't buy books when I'm in a reading slump, because I don't want to read anything. So it makes no sense to me buying books. So yeah, I did recently buy it because I wanted to read it, but at the time when it released, I didn't want to read anything, so I didn't buy it yet. So The Geographer's Map to Romance. This is the second book in the Love's Academic series. I love the first book, and so I'm excited to read this one. It's also going to have some humor in it. Obviously, I'm in the mood for humor, basically. So yeah, humor and romance go together. That's what I want to read about these days. So that's why I have this on my May TBR, and hopefully I read it soon. Hopefully this week, actually. I think I'm gonna pick it up this week. I'll also, not physically, I want to read Sing Me to Sleep. I bought this one physically. I did borrow it from the library, but I never got around to completing it, so I returned it back to the library. And I kind of like this edition more, so that's why I bought this edition that I'm gonna put the picture up right here and show you guys. But yeah, Sing Me to Sleep, I did really love the vibe. It gave me those YA fantasies that I really loved reading about when I was younger, like the atmosphere and the way the characters, what you call it, character's voice, it was reminiscent of those YA books that I love reading. So that's why I want to give it a chance again, because I think I will really love it. So I might as well read it. Now that I'm in the mood to read again, I'm gonna read Sing Me to Sleep. Another one I don't own physically that I want to read. This will be because I said that I want to get out of the Frida McFadden zone only. I've only been reading her thrillers, and her thrillers, honestly, they are kind of on the nose, like with everything with the plot, but she still has some really good twists. But I want to go outside of that and go to something a little bit more scary. So I'm gonna be trying out The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I don't really know much about it. I don't know if it's super scary or just like thriller only, but it is surrounding a wedding, and obviously the guest list and like the people there. And I think they compare it to Agatha Christie. Never read anything by Agatha Christie, but I might one day. I might. I never even watched the movies from her. The movies that were the books that were adapted to movies. I never watched those movies, so I really don't know anything about Agatha Christie like that. But I might try out one of her books one of these days. But yeah, this one is about a bride, a plus one, a best man, and a wedding planner, and even a bridesmaid. And then apparently there's a body. So it might be one of those people listed, or it might just be a completely different person. But I'm not gonna really read the synopsis. I'm gonna go in blind, and hopefully I love it. I do also have on here that I really need to read it soon because I have 10 days left on Libby to listen to the audiobook of this one. It's called You Shouldn't Have Come Here. This is also a thriller, and it's like set on a barn or something like that, like a farmland, like a ranch. And this girl is basically stuck there without any Wi-Fi, any cell phone service or anything. So that sounds spooky. So I'm interested to read that one. Now going back to a physical now. I want to read Terms and Condition by Lauren Asher. I did read the first book, which is called The Fine Print. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. But I've always wanted to read Terms and Conditions because it's a office romance. Basically, a boss and a what was she, assistant? Yeah, and I did get a snippet. I did read a snippet of this, and I really like the man's like personality, and I love the girl as well, her personality. So, and I keep on seeing the fan art. They look so beautiful, like the wedding picture, like it looks so pretty. So, I want to read it and see how it goes. Then I also want to finally pick up Cross the Line. We're basically in summer already, especially in Florida. It's basically already summer. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading Cross the Line. It's like is it F1 that this is called? I think it's F1. Yeah, Formula One driver. A Formula One driver and this girl. What does she do? She's a recent college grad. Yeah, some way somehow they meet and fall in love, and it's a romance. I just want to read a romance basically. So yeah, then I have here The Naturals. I've been meaning to read this one forever. This I don't really know how to describe the genre this one is. I guess it's kind of thriller, but at the same time it's not because it's surrounding these teenagers who have like these supernatural abilities, but not like supernatural. It's like mainly having to do with your mind and being smart and like I guess it has a bit of sci-fi elements, I think. I'm not sure. But it's described as criminal minds in a sense, but like teenagers. I am going in blind with this one. A lot of people love it. A lot of people binge read the series because they say it's really good. I heard there's like some type of love triangle in here as well. But I don't know, it just sounds like something that I would really love. So that's why I've always wanted to pick it up, and I'm gonna finally pick it up this month. Then lastly, I want to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I will be giving this one a chance again. My boss and I was talking about it the other day because she was telling me, oh, there was this book that she was reading, but like she really didn't like the beginning, but then she kept reading and it was so amazing to her. And I was like, what is the book? And she told me, and I was like, wow, that's so funny. I read the first 100 pages of the book and I was like, I don't like it. So she's like, no, that was the same for her. So push through and maybe I will love it, because she said that she didn't like the premise and everything, but once she read all of it, she really loved it by the end. So I'm gonna give The Invisible Life of Adele a chance again. That's why I bought it physical anyways, because I wanted to give it another chance. Because I feel like I will love it, because I do actually like the premise. From just reading the synopsis, I like the premise. I just wasn't understanding what was going on in the beginning. That's why I had DNF at the time. So I'm gonna give it another chance and see how that goes. So these are the physical books that I'll be reading in May. And I guess I will be having Sing Make to Sleep and The Geographer's Map to Romance physically as well in the next coming days. And then I also have You Shouldn't Have Come Here and The Guest List. But I won't be buying those two because like I'm really wary about thrillers still since I'm just going into that genre. So buying them physically, I don't think I'm gonna do that so far. I've only been doing it with Freedom McFadden because I know I really enjoy her thrillers, which I've only bought 2 of hers, no 3 so far because I bought The Crash, which I need to read that one. But I'm gonna save it for next month. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy me reorganizing my shelf and discussing my May TBR. And hopefully I read them all, but you never know, you know? So yeah, I'm going to do a lot of reading vlogs coming up in the next few weeks. Just reading these books and enjoying my days just reading because I missed it. I missed it so much. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.